human flourishing is going to be a flourishing in our rationality, according to our rationality. There's kind of two aspects of rational flourishing, according to Aristotle. One is to use your reason well to grasp the way things are. Clearly, we want to know the causes of things. We want to know what's going on out there. But then also, and here we come into the moral realm, to use our reason well to guide our action. So the whole realm of ethics is something that Aristotle is so known for, and you can kind of cast it as using your reason well to discover what it is to be human, and then to act that out according to what is clearly a beautiful plan of what it is to be human.
Wow. So if I'm understanding this correctly, we as humans, we will flourish. We will be most fully ourselves and really most fully alive when we use the gift of our intellect and rationale.
Yes. You know, one of the great lies of our age is that you more become yourself, like find yourself by just doing anything you want, kind of just being creative in a vacuum. Rather than, there's a place for creativity. There's always a kernel of truth. There's a place for creativity according to our rationality.
Right.
But creativity in the context of there's a nature here. I'm going to say a natural plan. And this is talk about things we can learn by looking at those lower things. That there's a given way that trees are going to flourish. There's a given way that animals are going to flourish. By what they are, there's certain ways of acting that are going to fit with what they are. And it's just as true of us. It's just as true of us in human life. Do we have the docility to recognize there's a kind of plan for human living? I'm not saying a plan that comes down to, well, what street you're going to live on. Plan in the basic aspects of what a good human life looked like. That's written into human nature, and we can use our reason to discover it.
And in fact, we probably should be, right? We all probably are called and have a responsibility to observe around us and apply that to ourselves.
Amen. And you know how I think Aristotle would put that? He'd say the end, the flourishing is the end, the goal, the flourishing. It's due, D-U-E. Clearly written into nature is that we're inclining towards that. That's what we're for. To not go with that, to not follow that, to not discover that, he might not use the term, it's to reject a gift. But I have absolute confidence that he'd be very much on a wavelength of that. But he always had this sense of wonder about how beautiful it is to be human, how it's such a gift to have our place in the cosmos, to be able to learn so much about ourselves by looking at these lower things, to be able to look to the lower, and then likewise to turn to the higher. To not do this would be such a shame. This is so beyond just kind of the issue of what makes for survival or not. This is an issue of it's written into us, into a kind of wisdom in the cosmos that we can become wise. And that's fitting. And to not do that, we'd say something is lacking that should have happened.